Hi everybody, welcome to Aimee Nolte Music, and welcome to day 7 of piano yoga with Aimee. Yesterday we figured out the 1 and the 4 and the 5 in every key, right? Every key, 1 and 4 and 5. Because those are important building blocks to playing music for everything, all kinds of music. Today we're going to take that 1 and the 4 and the 5 and we're going to play it in a more musical way, a way that makes a little bit more sense. Have you ever been in choir class maybe, and your teacher wants you to sing a scale in a certain key, and in order to do it, they give you one of these? And then everybody's me, 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 and everybody sings do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, right? Or they want you to now go to a different key, and so they give you one of these. Today we're going to play one of these. That's what we're going to play. 12 of these. We're going to do it in all the keys, and it's a way to play 1 and 4 and 5 with smooth voice leading. And it's a great way to orient you to the new key, to whatever key you're going to. Sometimes, like if I buy an app and it's some kind of an ear training app, that's the first thing it always does. It'll orient me to a new key. And then it'll play a note. And I'll have to say, is that the second or is that the third? It ends up it's the sixth, right? But first I have to ground myself and be in a new key. That's the kind of thing we're going to learn today. So it takes, back to C, we take this 1 chord and the 4 chord, and what we'll be doing is moving from 1 to 4 on the path of least resistance. The easiest way to move from 1 to 4 is to ask yourself, all right, between the 1 chord and the 4 chord, are there any notes in common? The answer is yes, there's a C. The C is in both chords. And once we figure out that the C is in common, we ask, well, what are the other 2 notes in the F chord? It's an F and an A. And it turns out they're just really close. They're just right here. So playing the F chord like this, all it is taking the C, putting it on the bottom, because it's in common with the C chord. Can you see how smooth that is? It sounds so much nicer than, doesn't it? It's called voice leading. If you imagine that there's a soprano and an alto and a tenor, 3 people singing these notes, and they need to change to these notes, but they want to do it as smoothly as possible. That's what we're talking about. Then we've got 1 more chord. We still want to hit that 5 chord. We ask ourselves, what are the notes in the G chord? Well, it's G and B and D. Do I have any of those already? Yes, I've got the G. I need the B and the D. Well, gosh, they're really close. So that's the first inversion of G major, right? The G is on the top. And now we know the quickest way to move to the 4 chord, back to the 1 chord, to the 5 chord, and back to the 1 chord. And I'd like us to do it in every key. You can notice that the middle note is going to move up a half step, back, down a whole step, and back. The top note is going to move up a whole step and back, stay the same, and stay the same. The bottom note is going to stay the same, and then move down a half step and back. So that's an easy way to kind of train your fingers and your mind to keep track of where these notes are as we move from key to key. And remember, if I go too fast for you, just turn down the playback speed and drunk Aimee will walk you through it. All right, here we go. Key of C, we're going to do it like this. 2, 3, 4. And to the key of G. To the key of D. And to the key of A. Moving on to E. B major. F sharp. Very good. D flat. Now we'll go to A flat. Just a few more left. Bop, bop, skiddly doop, pwoo. Sorry. 2, 3, and F. Good. Actually, I don't know why I said bop, bop, squiddly bop, squoo, or whatever. That's like my least favorite thing in the world to do, is to make fun of scat singing. But my teenage boys do it to me all the time, so I think it just kind of popped in my head. All right, I know that was quick. I know you might not have kept up, so I'd like to do it once more, very slowly. So it's kind of backwards today. I'm going to do it fast first, slowly second. Here we go. Let's go again. Move these two up, move them back down, move these two down, move them back up. Now change to the key of G. To the 4 chord, move these two up, move them back. We're going to move this one a half step and this one a whole step, and move them back. Now to the key of D. These are going to move up, G, right back. This one goes down a half step, this one goes a whole step, and back up. Now to A, half step, whole step, back, whole step, half step, and back. Now to E, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, and back. Good. Now to B, half step, whole step, back, whole step, half step, and back. F sharp or G flat, half step, whole step, and back, whole step, and half step. It's a D flat chord in first inversion, and back. Good. Now to D flat. Half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step. To A flat, that's the 5 chord, and back to D flat. Now we move on to A flat. Half step, whole step, right back, whole step, half step, and back. Now E flat, half step, whole step, back, whole step, half step, and back. And now to B flat, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, and back to B flat. Great, one more. F. Half step, whole step, back to our friend C major, first inversion, and back. So that's one way to do it. You can think about whole steps and half steps, or tones and semitones if you're across the Atlantic Ocean. Or you can think about the key that you're in, E flat for instance. All you really have to think about are the first 6 notes. And you can think 1, 3, and 5, 1, 4, and 6, 1, 3, and 5, 7, 2, and 5, 1, 3, and 5. That's another way to think about it. All right, I think we've done about enough for today. I hope I didn't mess with your brain too much. I know it's a new concept, thinking in different chords, different inversions, smooth voice leading. We're gonna have a little bit of fun tomorrow and play a little more music, or a little bit more of a musical idea. I can't wait to see you then. Thanks everybody for showing up and for doing this for yourself, for making your piano skills stronger, your ears, your hearing stronger, and taking a little time to focus on music. I will see you tomorrow on day 8 of Piano Yoga with Aimee.